A messy morning on the roads with a snowfall warning in place for the city and much of the GTA. CB24's Courtney Heels joins us live about and more on how drivers are coping with these nasty conditions. Courtney.
Hey, good morning, Jamie. For the most part, people are just taking it slow this morning. They're ensuring that they're leaving the house a little bit earlier, but we can tell you the police are busy. We've checked in with Toronto Police. They say they've responded to a couple of collisions as a result of the weather. The OPP, very busy. They're reporting about 80 investigations as a result of crashes out on the roads. The TTC also taking extra steps to ensure that transit is moving well during this snow event. On that, I want to bring in Stuart Green. He's with the TTC. Good morning, Stuart. I know it's a busy morning for you, so thank you for taking the time to speak with us. Let's talk a bit about the plan. How are you guys responding to all the snow this morning?
Well, we're operating to conditions which are not ideal. I mean, in the grand scheme of storms, it's sort of a Toronto winter storm, so we're managing okay. We have had a few buses that have gotten stuck in sort of hillier parts of the city today. They're free now, and we're working with the city to identify those locations and make sure that they can get out and get some plowing and salting done so we don't have any more like that. Otherwise, we do have one incident on line 1. Unclear if that's related to weather, but generally on the surface, we're operating to the conditions, which, yes, is a bit slower than usual.
When you know the snow is in the forecast, the way, we were kind of predicting going into today, do you guys make the call to bring in extra staff? I understand you have extra people coming in for this.
Yeah, that's right. We usually the night before, we monitor these things very closely. We have people at Transit Control who monitor the weather conditions. We will put out a call for extra service just so that we can try and keep those waits between buses or streetcars as regular as possible. So we did bring in some extra staff. We got some extra staff overnight, and we put them in place. We put a few extra people around stations just to make sure that we've got proper salting and that it's clear and everything like that. So, we did that last night in anticipation. As I say, it's depending on where you are in the city, this is a very odd storm because, where we are down here, it's maybe, 4 or 5 centimeters. In other parts of the city, it's upwards of 10. So we sort of have to adjust our service and move around our resources based on where the need is.
One part of the city, actually, where I am this morning, along Finch, the LRT, the Finch West LRT, of course, opening up over this past weekend. I understand you guys are also keeping a close eye on that transit system today. Can you speak more to what you're doing to ensure that line will go ahead as planned?
Yeah, so one of the important things about Line 6, and it will be true of Line 5 as well, is that the TTC is not the maintainer of those lines. But we have a very good working relationship with the maintainer on Line 6. So we've made sure to give them all of our best advice. We've got, over 100 years of transit operational experience in operating in winter. So we're giving that maintainer all of our advice. So far, we've had a good morning on Line 6, and the switches and the heaters are working as they should. So, but we will continue to give all of our feedback to the maintainer for Line 6 and make sure that line and all of our system stays operating.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Stuart. We appreciate you taking the time to speak with us.
Sure. Thanks, Courtney.
Okay, Jamie, so you heard there from the TTC. They're also responding to the snow that we're seeing in the city. And he also mentioned the different parts of the city and the snowfall amounts. I mean, where we are along Finch, you can see it's a lot of snow. It's really accumulating where we are. It seems really anywhere north of the 401. There's quite a bit of snow. Downtown, it's a little bit different. So, again, the message is, as always, drive according to the conditions. For pedestrians, you might have to leave a little bit earlier. There might be some snow you are navigating. And then for the transit system, they've got the extra staff on hand. So far, no major issues. But you heard there are a few issues with some buses maybe struggling a little bit on hills. That's something that we typically see when there's a messy system rolling through. Over to you.
We appreciate the updates. Thanks, Courtney.